Lena sat on her back porch, cradling a cup of black coffee as the sun broke over the horizon. It was 6:30 a.m. She hadn't eaten since the night before, 7 p.m. sharp. The first few days had been hard. Hunger came in waves. But now, 2 weeks into her new schedule, she felt something different. Energy, clarity, and the faintest tingle of control returning to her life. It started with a YouTube video. She wasn't even searching for weight loss tips. She was just scrolling to distract herself from another sleepless night. That's when she found Dr. Mindy Pelz. Fasting isn't just about calories, Dr. Pelz had said, her voice calm but insistent. It's about timing. Your body has a built-in healing switch called autophagy, and it only turns on when you stop eating long enough to let it do its job. Lena had never heard of autophagy before. The way Dr. Pelz explained it, it sounded almost magical, like a cleanup crew that roamed the body, clearing out damaged cells, burning fat, resetting the system. But it wasn't magic. It was biology, and the key to triggering it? Fasting. Not all fasting was the same, though. Dr. Pelz was clear. If you wanted fat loss and healing, the timing mattered. Lena learned that autophagy typically begins around the 17 to 18-hour mark of fasting. Before that, the body is still burning glucose from meals. After that, it starts to shift. The liver finishes processing glycogen. Insulin levels drop. Fat burning kicks in. And autophagy, cellular self-cleansing, begins. So Lena made a plan. She started with 16 to 8 fasting, 16 hours without food, 8-hour eating window. But she quickly saw what Dr. Pelz meant. 16 hours was a good start, but it didn't touch autophagy. To really burn fat and clean up old tired cells, she needed to go longer. She eased into 18-6, then 20-4. By the third week, she was doing one 24-hour fast each week. No food from dinner to dinner, only water, black coffee, and herbal tea. That's when the weight started to fall. Not dramatically, not like the crash diets she'd tried in her 30s, but steadily. A pound here, half a pound there. More importantly, the inflammation in her joints faded. Her skin looked clearer, and her mind, it felt like someone had flipped on a light switch after years of brain fog. Dr. Pelz talked often about circadian rhythm, and Lena began syncing her fasting window to match. Eat with the sun, she remembered hearing. Your metabolism follows a clock. It's not just what you eat, it's when. So Lena stopped eating late. No more 9 p.m. snacks in front of the TV. No more just a bite of something sweet before bed. Instead, she had her last meal at 6:30 or 7 p.m. Then she fasted through the night and into the next day. Sometimes she broke the fast at noon. Other times she pushed to 2 or even 4 p.m., depending on how she felt. She didn't feel starved. She felt free. One afternoon, she met her friend Molly for a walk. They hadn't seen each other in weeks. Molly stopped mid-sentence and stared at Lena. You look, I don't know, lighter, but also like sharper? Lena laughed. I haven't been dieting, if that's what you're thinking. No, I've just been giving my body more not to do, less digesting, more cleaning house. And that's what fasting felt like now. Not deprivation, but restoration. Dr. Pelz emphasized the difference between women and men when it came to fasting, too. Women need variation, she said. Fasting every day, hard and heavy, isn't always best for female hormones. Cycle it. Be intuitive. So Lena started alternating her fasting length. 3 days of 18-hour fasts, 2 days of 20 hours, 1 full 24-hour fast, and 1 lighter day with just a 14-hour window. On her menstrual cycle's luteal phase, the week before her period, she fasted less aggressively. She focused more on nourishment, sweet potatoes, bone broth, healthy fats. It made a difference. Her cycle, which had been irregular for years, became more predictable. The usual bloating and mood swings shrank. Dr. Pelz called it fasting with the feminine in mind. By month 2, Lena wasn't just losing weight, she was rebuilding herself. Not just in her body, but her habits, her patterns, her way of thinking. She used to wake up thinking about breakfast. Now she woke up with clarity. She journaled, took long walks, worked on projects she'd put off for years. She realized she had been eating not out of hunger, but habit, boredom, stress. The silence between moments had scared her, and food had filled the gap. Now, fasting gave her that silence back. But this time, it was peaceful. She broke her fast each day with intention. A handful of walnuts, a few boiled eggs, avocado drizzled with olive oil, sometimes berries and Greek yogurt. She noticed she craved real food, nothing ultra-processed, nothing fake. Dr. Pelz had said, "The cleaner your fast, the cleaner your mind. The cleaner your mind, the better your choices." It was true. Lena wasn't perfect. Some days she'd give in to an early bite. Other days she'd break her fast with something sugary and feel the crash an hour later. But she didn't spiral. She learned. Each day was an experiment, not a punishment. Autophagy became more than a word. It was a way of living, a way of cleaning out the mental clutter, the inflammation, the emotional eating, the obsession with constant consumption. It wasn't about never eating again. It was about finding the right time to eat. And in the spaces between meals, giving her body the precious time to breathe, burn, and heal. By month 3, Lena had lost nearly 18 pounds. She no longer measured progress by the scale, though. She measured it by how fast she walked up the stairs, by how long she could focus without needing caffeine, by how her skin glowed in the mirror without makeup. Fasting became her rhythm, her reset button, her anchor. And every time she wanted to quit, she heard Dr. Pelz's voice in her mind again. Your body is a miracle. Trust it. Give it space. It knows what to do. And for the first time in a long time, Lena did.